You're listening to the Higher Attitudes Podcast. Inspiration to lift your soul. Hello, this is Tom. Today's topic is Philippians 4, verse 6. I like to think of this verse as the verse that tells us to leave care behind. It reads, "Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God." I've read that this verse and the one following, verse 7, are the most underlined verses in the Bible. Perhaps it is the challenge given to us by Paul in these first words, be careful for nothing. Now, the King James Version of the Bible uses the words careful for nothing. Of course, this is not a call for us to abandon good judgment. For example, I'm fascinated when I watch people jump off perfectly good cliffs wearing wingsuits. There is webbing between the arms and the legs of these suits that allow the people wearing them to spread their arms and legs and glide, or I would say sustain a controlled fall, kind of like flying squirrels do. Now, as fascinating as this is, I won't be ready anytime soon to abandon all care and follow these folks off a cliff. But it does mean to me letting go of unneeded worry and care. The original Greek hints that we should not be anxious, or in other words, weighed down by our troubles, that we shouldn't be sullen or gloomy. We are to avoid feeling afflicted or troubled. The question begs to be asked, what are we to trade for our troubles? The answer, Paul tells us, is honest conversation with God. We are to make our requests known to Him, to God. And Paul even tells us how to do this. He says to pray and to supplicate and to do it with thanksgiving. Remember that supplication suggests an attitude of sincere pleading. It's okay to bare our souls and tell God about our anxious minds and to ask Him to help us let go of our troubled thoughts. This is honest prayer. We don't have to hide our worries from God. We need only ask Him to help us let go of them as we eventually surrender them to Him. Supplication also suggests being able to bend ourselves to God's will. It suggests that we are willing to do it His way. Finally, we are to be thankful as we speak with God. I think He wants us to feel thankful as we approach Him, not because He needs our recognition of past blessings. No, I would say it is because when we are thankful, we are able to see God's hand in our lives. And this gives us courage to ask for what we need, because we see that even in our unworthy state, that He has already been willing to bless us, and it suggests to us that He will bless us yet again. No wonder this is so often highlighted by Bible readers. And there's more, much more, in verse 7. But that is for another show. For today, though, will you try letting go of your worries by trusting them to God? Frankly, it takes practice. And to practice is to work at something day after day after day. Will you start by sharing your troubles and your desire for more peace with God today? If you will, there are great promises waiting. And yes, that's a spoiler alert for verse 7. Don't read it without me. No, just kidding. Read that verse and start to ponder its promises, and we'll talk about that another day. Until next time then, I wish you the blessings of better, more blessed ways of thinking that we call higher attitudes. Thank you for listening. We'd love to have you join us on Facebook at facebook.com/higher-attitudes. Do you have an uplifting thought to share? Why not join our Facebook discussion group? Visit the group at facebook.com/groups/higher-attitudes to request membership. If you'd like to leave a question about a challenge you're facing, or if you'd like to share a thought about how you've overcome negativity, call 719-301-0303 and record your question or comment. Please note that carrier rates may apply. Again, call 719-301-0303 0301-0303 to leave a question or comment. We hope you've enjoyed the show, and we look forward to you joining us for the next episode of the Higher Attitudes podcast. Please remember that the advice offered in this show is intended for informational purposes only. Please read our full disclaimer in the show notes.